Master here. Quick blog. Okay, a lot of controversy about Nevada State judging and refereeing. So let me just talk about a couple of points. First of all, anyone that says don't leave it in the hands of the judges to a fighter before a fight, okay, it makes as much sense as telling a golfer hit a hole in one every time. Okay, it's like telling a bowler get a strike every time. Okay, it's like telling a baseball player hit a home run every single time at bat. Okay, every fighter is trying for a stoppage. He wants a submission, a knockout, TKO. He's trying his hardest, and to tell him that, it's a little degrading because it's like, of course he's going to be trying that. And to tell him that, to insinuate that he's not is, to me, it's offensive. There are fighters that dog it, and there are fighters that just try to win on points more now than they used to, and that is boring as hell. And to me, it's not what the sport's about. You should try your best, and you should try for a stoppage. But I think a majority of the fighters do. And like to tell a fighter, don't leave it up to the hands of the judges, he's trying his best. But you know what? His opponent is trying his best too. So bottom line is, no matter how hard he tries, it's going to go to the judges a good majority of the time. So we should have quality, judges that know what the fuck they're doing. And of late, a lot of times it just doesn't look like it. A lot of times there's a close decision that could go either way, and one camp thinks that guy won, one camp that thought the other guy won. But certain fights you can't, with any kind of sensibility at all, think that the guy that won actually won. I mean, Johnny Hendricks against George St. Pierre. I love George St. Pierre. Warrior, great fighter. I mean, I love him to death. But he lost. And the only people that thought he won, besides the complete moron judges that were judging, that thought he won, were Canadians and people from his team. No one else thought he won. But what do? Reffing. I thought Gray Maynard, great warrior, he would fight to the death if he had to. But he shouldn't have to with a judge in there. For some reason, a referee. For some reason, the referee, I actually counted, not punches, but time. From the time I actually would have stopped it to the time it was actually stopped, there was a bunch of unnecessary punches, but there was also 23 seconds. I thought I was just maybe thinking, I should have been stopped so long, but then if I watch it again, there's only like 5 seconds went by. But when I watched it, there was 23 seconds of unnecessary punishment that Gray Maynard took. I mean, it's just ludicrous. And to tell the corner before fights like they do now that you can't throw in the towel, and I say, well, what do you do then if your fighter's, in a place where you think it needs to be stopped? They actually tell you, just go find an official, and he'll give the signal to the referee. How long do you think that would take? Say your guy's getting pummeled and you want it to stop right away. You actually have to go out of your seat, try to get the attention of somebody that works for the commission, and then he relays your message via signal to the referee. How does that happen? And that's as stupid. I mean, that is as stupid as telling people, these gun control freaks that tell people, well, if someone breaks into your house and he's going to shoot you, you don't need a gun. Just call 911. Okay? That's as stupid as that is. Okay? Because if somebody breaks into your house and has a gun on you and you call 911, your average wait time is going to be about 20 minutes. Okay? He'll shoot you about 18,000 times before a cop gets there. So the same is true. If you try to, your guy's getting his a beating, you want it to stop. You try to get in touch with somebody that works for the commission around the cage. People are screaming. The fight's going on. Now he's trying to get the attention of the referee. The guy would have. I mean, it's stupid. So refereeing. I mean, it's really hard, and I can't put all of the blame on the referee, because if the referee stops it too quick, the crowd is going to eat him alive more than if he stops it too late. The crowd cares more about seeing the blood and guts than they do about the fighter's safety. So the referee should always err on the side of caution and safety for the fighter, because if he's listening or worrying about the crowd, okay, he's gonna err on the side of danger for the fighter, because if he stops it too quick, he'll be in more trouble from the crowd than if he stops it too late. I think Gray Maynard fight was stopped much too late, but if he stopped it too early, he knows he would have been in trouble. So it's a really precarious position to put the referee in. Okay. As for the terrible judging I've been seeing lately, that's just morons. I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's no payoff by the UFC. There's nothing crooked. It's just stupid judges. They're just dumb. There's no way around it. They don't know the game. They don't know the sport. Most of them are boxing judges that know about as much about MMA as I do about basketball. So they shouldn't even be there, but they are. I think, and I might be on, I don't know if I'm the minority. I think Keith Kaiser does a great job, and I think he's doing the best that he can as the head commissioner. And I think as a whole, the referees are great, and they do the best job they can, and they do look out for the safety of the fighters. The Maynard fight I thought was a little questionable, but like I said, Eves was in a really precarious position, because if he stopped it too, the guy was still on his feet. I always err on the side of safety, and if that was my fighter, that towel would have been in, and I would have probably got fined, but that towel would be in real quick. So anyway, that's how I feel about the state of affairs with commissions. Like I said, I think Keith Kaiser does a great job. I think the UFC does a great job. I think average overall, the referees are fantastic. I think they're great. Herb Dean, Dan's doing I mean, these guys are getting so good at reffing. Most of them. There's maybe one that's not. I'm not going to name his name. But and as for the judges, I think they're just not. They just don't have the education of MMA, and I think it's probably getting better little by little. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel. All right, thanks for coming, and that's what I think about the state of the commission in Nevada.